Hey everyone, this is Neil. Another episode, episode 3 of our dual furnace. I'm not going to waste any time. We're going to jump in, we're going to pull up our GUI class, and we're going to pull up our container class. And get started on both of those. Quite a bit to work on in these episodes to get these rolling the way that we want them to. We're actually going to start with a container, because by starting with the container, that's going to tune up this error that we're receiving here. Make things a bit easier to do. So, we need to declare some variables. Private tile entity. Good lord. You got masher. What do we want to name this? Well, it can't be cook because we're going to use cook time. What are we going to call this? Let's call it masher. Using enough. We'll import that. Boop. Boop. Sweet. We're going to have private int dual cook time. Normally we just do cook time on this, but since we're doing dual inputs, we're going to just do that. And we're going to have private int last item burn time. Sweet, just like so. We need a constructor, and it doesn't look like it actually created one for us. So we're going to say public container ingot masher. And we are going to reference inventory player. And this will be in player. And tile entity. TE ingot masher. This is more or less what we did over in our GUI class. And as you'll see when we actually get over here, this actually took this error out, because it's saying, hey, let's just go ahead and do a new container using this variable. We're going to pass that along. And then using this variable, we're going to pass that along. So we don't have an error now because our constructor is actually saying, hey, yeah, we're good there. So let's initialize some of these variables. We're going to do dual cook time. And we're not really going to use any of this until we get into our tile entity. So we're just going to chill at this point. We're just putting these in to putting them in. We'll come back and we will revisit these a little bit later. Last item burn time is 0. Sweet, just like that. What we need to do now is we need to add our slots. And these are specifically going to be the slots. You know what? Let's actually do this. Masher is going to equal this guy right here. We declare this variable so that way we can call the functions out of this, because we need to tie this container class to our pretty tightly to our tile entity. Let's add some slots. This dot add slot to container, and it is going to be a new slot, and it is going to be, I should actually already have it in there, and I do. And this is going to be 0 and 56 and 25. Now, you may have remembered us going through and doing this last time. When we went through and did this last time, we used our GUI and we kind of matched up exactly where we wanted these things to be. That's what we're going to do this time. So hopefully everyone has created their... oh, what isn't it like about that? We'll get to that. We're going to open up our GUI that we are going to use. And I'm going to just actually grab one of the ones that I used before, but we're going to tune it up a little bit. We're going to move some things around and see what we can come up with. And I am not going into the right folder. There we go. So here's what I've used before. And to kind of give a rundown of how we picked these numbers before. So we have 56 and 25. This is your x-axis, this is your y-axis. Your x-axis is left to right, your y is up and down. So when we use our selection tool, we can actually see that going to the inside of this slot is 56. From the top, we have 25 pixels. Right, so that's where you'll see where that is. Now we can come in here and we can move this around, right? So what I actually want to do is I want to move these bad boys around a little bit. And I'm going to do some cutting and pasting. And we're going to put this probably right up there. We're going to do the same thing with this one, and we're going to move that one down a bit, make sure that's lined up, and now we need to fill in these gaps here. So we'll actually just highlight this. What we actually need to do is this, then we'll grab our bucket and we'll dump it in the selection tool, and then we'll just switch to our pencil, and we'll fill in the rest here, like so. There we go. Like so. Sweet. Now what we're going to do is I actually want to make our progress bar a little bit bigger. So what we're going to do is this is what we're using right now, right? And this is kind of what we spell out in our GUI class. So what I want to do, and this is just me just trying to be creative here. We're going to copy that color, and we are going to go 1, 2, 3. So we're going to go there, and then 1, 2, 3. And we'll do that. And we're going to come out to there, and we're going to come out to there. Let's actually get our off color here. There we go. And we are going to meet in the middle. I wonder if we're going to have enough room for this. I'm starting to doubt it. But we'll get there. We'll get her worked out. Like so, like so. We'll fill this in as we come back. Now really what we want to do is we want to make these bad boys line up. Goodness. Do, 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 do. Do. Yeah, see, those just aren't lined up right for where this is going to end up. But that's okay, because we can adjust that box as well. So that is okay. It's okay. It's all good. Like so. And you know what, we'll do one more. And we'll connect those up. And we'll do one more. One more. We'll connect those up. Like that. Like that. Like so. Like so. Voila. I think this will do. I think it'll do. Let me see if it'll actually do. Nope. 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 Oh, what are we going to do here? Are we just going to doodle these in? You know what? I'm going to pause this. I'm going to doodle this. All right, there we go. So, I got that all filled in now, and they're lined up with each of these containers, but I need to line them up with these. So, to do that, let's find out how big this is. I made it 11, and this is 26. That's great. So what I'm going to need to do here is actually do this. Like so. Right? Like so. Now what is this? This is 12 and 26. So 26 minus 12 is 14. So we want to go 7 up right there and 7 down. So we actually want to move this bad boy up 2. Is that 7? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep, that's right. Sweet. And we will do this. And we will do this. And we will fill that in with its appropriate color. Like so. That's lined up. Looking pretty. Good deal. So, let's go back to our selection tool. And we are going to find out where this guy starts. So we'll go to here. And this is going to start at 41. And our Y is going to be 13. So 41 and 13. Like so. Slot number 1, which used to be our fuel slot, is now going to be our second item slot. This one is also going to be 41. Because these two are lined up. However, the Y is going to be 52. So 41, 52. Our slot 2 is now our fuel slot, which is over here. This is going to be 8 and 56. So 8, 56. And then our last one, our last slot, which is our output slot, is going to be, survey says. Now, these bad boys right here, these internal slots are 16 by 16. This is actually 24 by 24. So we actually need to come over 4 slots on each of these. So by drawing this little X here, we can just kind of go to the one right adjacent to it. And we'll make this 16 by 16. 15. 16 it is. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to color this something different, so that way it's easier for me to find with my selection tool. And then we'll come back and we'll do that. So our x-axis is going to be 113 by 33. 113? Crap. 113, 113, 113, 113, 33. 113, 33. 113, 33. And we're going to save that. There we go. Now we need to add our slots to for our inventory, and also for our action bar. Now, we've done this before already, so I'm not going to go through this in great detail. We have 2 different for loops. One for loop is for the inventory. The next for loop is for the action bar. I'm actually just going to copy and paste these because these are going to be in the exact same place that they were before. So we're going to paste those in. It's asking me to use inventory, and this is actually going to be InvPlayer. So we'll do that. This bad boy is actually going to be InvPlayer.player. And then our tile entity ingot masher. We don't have this class, so we'll create that class. This one we're actually going to do a new container, and we'll put it in slot, and we'll come back to that later. Alright, let's add our constructor and call it good. So we'll save that, close that. Now, we're still getting errors here. Create constructor. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, yes, yes. I'd rather have the error in that class than in this class. Now, what is it saying here? Add cast. Do. For some reason, it doesn't like this. And I'm pretty sure that it's because we don't have anything in our tile entity class. I'm almost positive. So we may have to end up working in our tile entity tonight as well. So really what this does is we've taken care of all of our slots. We've taken care of our inventory right here. Inventory. And this is our action bar, like so. This error is really bugging me. Add cast argument. No. Let me take a peek here. I'm just going to look at my tile inventory code because I think I know where this is coming from. I have an idea. We're going to test it out. We're going to do public tile entity ingot masher. And this is going to be slots is going to equal new item stack 4. But we need to actually declare slots, which is going to be a private item stack slots array, like so. Do our imports. We're going to save that. Still doesn't like it. Still doesn't like it. Tile entity, not tile inventory. I'm mixing up the two. Implements I inventory. Yes, that's what we want. And we're going to import that. And we are going to add our unimplemented methods. We're going to save it. Voila, no more errors. Bueno. So we have our slots. Do we have our GUI? Let's actually do this. We are going to save as. And I am going to put this into... Make sure you guys can see this. Resources, assets, Neocraft, textures, GUI. And what did we set our GUI as in our GUI? Ingot Masher GUI.png. Like so. Alright, so what we're going to do to finish this up is we are actually going to draw this bad boy out. And then we're going to call it good for this episode because we are going a little long. So heading back over here to our GUI ingot masher. We're going to do our foreground container. And this is going to be... I know that there's a better way of doing this. And we're going to do that. We're going to come back to that. However, well, you know what to say. Anything worth doing. Let me see here. I'm looking. So, we've got int I, int j. We are going to say string name is going to equal this dot ingot masher dot has custom inventory name. So if it has that, we are going to say this dot ingot masher dot get inventory name. Otherwise, we are going to do I18n dot format this dot ingot masher dot get inventory name, like so. And we can take this other stuff out right here. There we go. So after that, we are going to do this dot font renderer object dot draw string, and we don't need a boolean. So this is going to be name this dot xsize this xsize divided by 2 minus this dot font renderer object dot get string width of name divided by 2, and this is actually going to be a 6, and then a 4210752 0752. What did we just do here? We grabbed the name. What is the name of this? It's the ingot masher, right? What we're saying is that we want to take the x size of this whole thing, and this dot x size is going to be equal to the x size of our entire GUI. So we grab it from there all the way over is 176. So we're actually saying 176 divided by 2 minus the width of the name, which would be ingot masher, divided by 2. And really what this does is it centers it right in the middle at the top. Make sense? I believe that this is 6 pixels down and that this is the color right here. Now we need to do the inventory, so we're going to do this dot font renderer object dot draw string, and this is going to be I18n dot format, and it is going to be container dot inventory eight. This dot y size minus 96 plus 5. I goobered this up a little bit, but that's okay. We're going to do 4210752 again. Delete this. The reason that I had one left over is because it didn't transition over to this one, because I needed that bad boy right there. So this will actually make it say ingot masher and inventory on there. I want to just actually jump in here. Oh, you know what? That's not going to work. We can't jump in here yet. We got to do a couple other things. Let's go into our handler. Did we put this in here? We did not. So we're actually just going to do a quick copy and paste. And I don't like how it indents it whenever I do that. This is going to be our GUI ID for our ingot masher. And we're actually going to copy this ingot masher line right here, and we're going to paste it into our classes that we have in here. And we're going to need to do some imports, like so. And we are going to do another one right here. And we're going to paste that in. Take that out. GUI ID ingot masher. We're going to copy this. I'm going to paste it in on these other ones. And do our imports. Sweet. We have some errors. Why do we have these errors? Return ID. Create constant ID. We have an ID. What do we have here? We don't want that because we have it right here. And I did it right that time, so that's good. All right. So that's done. Let's actually go to our block class. And what we actually want to do is our... Let's do our on block. No, let's not do that.
Let's not do that. I'm getting off track here. I'm getting off track here. Let's do... We're going to come back and do this next time because we're already at a pretty lengthy episode at this point. We're going to come back. What are we going to do on this background layer? Well, this background layer is essentially where we put in our texture, right? But we have to render that a pretty specific way in terms of we have to get the texture manager, we have to bind the texture, we have to specify where it starts, where it stops, and then we also have to do our power remaining scaled, right? And our power remaining is this section right here. And then we actually have our progress scaled, which is this bad boy right here, right? So we're actually going to see this thing increase as we go along. Let's actually just do this since we're here. So there we are. And I think that about does it for this episode. This is Neil, as always. Like, comment, subscribe. It's great hearing from you guys, and I will see you at the next episode. Bye-bye.